The Founding Fathers imagined a nation of farmers, shopkeepers, and citizen leaders. They pictured handwritten letters, slow news, limited power, and a republic that would stay small, cautious, and restrained. What they did not imagine was this: a global superpower, a trillion-dollar economy, a government that never sleeps, a culture that moves at the speed of a swipe. If Washington, Jefferson, or Madison walked into modern America, they wouldn't just be surprised, they'd be stunned. I'm Clyde Chester, and this is History of United States. Tonight, we explored 10 things the Founding Fathers never expected America to become, and what that tells us about who we are today. Because the future they feared might be the present we're living in. The United States was built on bold ideas, but also deep anxieties. The Founding Fathers imagined a fragile republic, constantly at risk of collapse if power grew too large or citizens lost virtue. This episode explores 10 realities of modern America that would have shocked, confused, or deeply unsettled the men who wrote the Constitution. These aren't criticisms or celebrations, they're reflections. By examining what the founders never expected, we gain a clearer picture of how America evolved far beyond its original blueprint. 1. A permanent global superpower. The Founding Fathers feared empire. They believed great powers eventually overextended, militarized, and collapsed under their own weight. George Washington warned against foreign entanglements. Yet modern America maintains military bases across the globe, permanent alliances, global economic influence. The founders expected defensive nation. They got a global referee. 2. A massive, centralized federal government. In 1787, the federal government was meant to be limited. Most power stayed with states, local communities, citizens. Today, federal agencies regulate daily life. Laws stretch thousands of pages. Decisions are centralized in Washington, D.C. The founders feared concentrated power. They never imagined a government this vast or permanent. 3. Career politicians as a way of life. The founders envisioned public service as temporary. A citizen would serve, return home, live among neighbors. They did not imagine lifetime politicians, endless campaigns, politics as a profession. James Madison feared ambition would become self-serving. Today, ambition is the system. 4. Corporations with more power than states. In the founders' era, corporations were rare, temporary, strictly controlled. They existed only to serve public needs. Modern America has trillion-dollar corporations, global influence, political lobbying power. The founders never imagined entities richer than entire states, with rights similar to citizens. 5. A nation shaped by mass media. News in 1787 moved slowly. People debated in taverns, in pamphlets, face-to-face. The founders never imagined 24-hour news cycles, viral outrage, narratives shaping reality. They feared misinformation, but couldn't imagine it moving at light speed. 6. Weapons of modern scale and speed. The Second Amendment was written in a world of muskets, militias, slow personal combat. The founders never imagined automatic weapons, urban violence, national gun debates. They expected responsibility to regulate use. They never foresaw technology outpacing law. 7. A fully diverse, multicultural America. This one cuts deep. The founders built a nation that excluded women, enslaved people, Native Americans. They did not expect universal citizenship, racial equality laws, cultural pluralism.
Modern America expanded far beyond their moral limits, forcing the Constitution to evolve. This may be their greatest miscalculation. 8. Technology controlling daily life. The founders believed freedom required privacy, physical space, local autonomy. They never imagined digital surveillance, data tracking, algorithms shaping behavior. Modern liberty is negotiated with technology, a concept foreign to 18th century minds. 9. The Constitution as a sacred, immutable text. Here's the irony. The founders expected change. They assumed amendments would be common, adjustments inevitable, debate constant. They never expected Americans to treat the Constitution like scripture. They built a living document. We turned it into a monument. 10. A nation that never stops arguing about itself. The founders expected disagreement, but not endless division. They believed shared values would hold the republic together. Modern America debates its own history, questions its institutions, argues over identity itself. The founders feared collapse. What they didn't expect was permanent tension and survival anyway. These changes don't mean the founders failed. They mean America outgrew its original frame. The experiment continued. The questions stayed relevant. The founders didn't build a finished nation. They built a challenge. If the founding fathers saw America today, they'd recognize the Constitution, but not the country. And maybe that was always the point. They didn't expect America to become this. They expected Americans to decide what came next. That responsibility didn't disappear with them. It belongs to us. I'm Clyde Chester, and this has been History of United States. If this episode changed how you see America's past or present, share it. Because history isn't about what people planned, it's about what actually happened.